When a new resident arrives at Fairmile Grange, we will previously, before we go and introduce ourselves to them, we will look at their life stories that hopefully has come in and their family have filled in, or they have. And we can look at that life history and find out all the information about the lives they've led, their family, where they've lived, their hobbies and their interests, whether they've had pets, anything like that, which will give us something to instigate a conversation when we do go in to introduce ourselves to them. Then we will ask them if there's anything they're interested in, or if they've got any hobbies that they'd like to do while they're here, and if there's anything we can get for them. So we might have somebody who really enjoys reading, and we'll run around the home trying to find the types of books that they like, and then they let us know when they finish them, then we'll find them some more. So, there's it's just really a bit of finding out process for them, and just try and reassure them, put their minds at rest, and we're there. We just say, if you need us, just ask a carer, and one of us from the Wellbeing team will come and talk to you. And obviously it is a huge transition process for them and their families, and we're there also to support their families at this time as well. Our residents here enjoy all sorts of different activities. They're very, very varied, and it would be hard to say that they all enjoy a particular one. But obviously we're all so different. We've all had different lives and hobbies and interests and things that we enjoy. And we also have people who've never tried something that are really keen to try something they haven't done before. So, for example, we had a lady who had always wanted to try flower arranging, and she'd never done it. And obviously we do have flower arranging on the schedule each month. So she was so excited to do that. And now we make sure we do that every month because she really enjoys that. And so do a lot of other people. It's a really popular activity. They all really love music. And if we have a singer in, that really is all inclusive, really. So that's brilliant. But we just, there's too many to mention really, but we do a very varied schedule, and it's very person-centred and enjoyable for everybody. Obviously not every resident wants to join in groups. Some people are not particularly sociable, they're happy being in their room and being on their own. So we'd never force that, or we'd try and encourage it to sort of now and again if there was something that maybe appealed to them, but that's obviously their choice, and we would respect their wishes. In that situation, we would take the activities to them where possible. So if it was, as I suggested, flower arranging, we can take everything in that we need, card making, anything like that, we can take into them, and we can sit and do that one-to-one with them. We can take crosswords and puzzles and all those sorts of things that will pass the time for them and make them feel that they're part of it without having to actually join in and be sociable with other people. To enable relatives to stay in touch with their families when they're here, obviously it's been a huge key thing during the COVID pandemic. And we've had tablets. We've been very lucky to be able to have enough tablets to go around to each floor, so we can do video calls. Obviously there's phone calls. Some residents have their own mobile phones, but if not, we have hands-free we take to the residents to their rooms, and they can speak to them on the phone. We also have our visiting room now behind me here, so they can come into that room with the screen and be safe and talk to each other and see each other. And they can come and have garden visits as well now. So we had a gentleman here who was looking around various care homes. It come to the time that he decided he needed, to be someone be looked after. And he looked at various homes, and he walked through the doors here, and in his own words said, "This is where I want to be," straight away, which was lovely, and that's how he felt ever since. His routine was the same as he'd had at home pretty much, other than he had his meals done for him, obviously, and the care. But he still had his morning newspaper delivered at the time that he wanted it, which was as early as possible. He still had his glass of wine with his meals that he had at home that he continued with here. And he lived happily here till he was 96. And, it was something he always said, I made the right decision and it was at the right time. So that was lovely for us to know, and lovely for his family. We had another lady who's still here with us and enjoying life, and she, on her very first day, we happened to have a singer in on the floor, and she came in with her daughter and was she was trying to settle her in, and she just came straight into the middle of the lounge floor where we were all dancing, and just joined in dancing with us, with her daughter. And then she came up to me and she said, "This is so lovely," she said, "Can I stay here? Should I just love it?" And of course the daughter was just, oh, that's amazing, you know, and it was just so lovely. And she's been dancing ever since, basically. So, you know, that's a really lovely story, because afterwards, we didn't know at the time, but her daughter said she'd really been struggling at home. She didn't live locally to her daughter. And she said that our visits were really stressful because of, you know, her dementia was progressing. And she said it was coming here, obviously she knew she was safe, she was looked after, she could come here and have quality time with her mum and really enjoy those visits. So that had all been taken away. So that was a lovely wellbeing story. And then we've got our lovely Rita, who came here from hospital following a fall and wasn't mobile and wasn't able to walk, and had also lost a lot of confidence in walking again. And it just so happened that we had Captain Sir Tom's walk of 100 laps of his garden, and also the memory walk for the Alzheimer's Society. So we sort of said, well, we could do that, something like that here, and asked her if she'd like to be involved in our memory walk along with other residents. This really spurred her on, and she just got up and did it, and she's walked around this garden and she did 100 laps, got her medal and a certificate and everything, was really proud. But she still continued to walk now every day, and it's so enhanced her well-being. Emotionally, she feels so much better in herself, and obviously, you know, her legs have got stronger and her swelling's gone down, and now so now we walk with her every day. Through the winter she's gone up and down the corridors, but in the summer she'll go around the garden. So that's really lovely as well, and she's so happy to be here. A day in my life at Fairmile Grange is different every day, which is what I love. So for me, it is, you know, you're coming, you're going around the home on all the floors, trying to see as many people as you can. But obviously, you know, no one's on a time limit. So if somebody needs that bit of time, especially during these awful times we've had, we've been the only, you know, we've been their family really. They've been our family, you know. So it's been a crucial time to actually, in a positive way, to get to know them so much better. So we've been able to have this one-to-one time with them and really talk about their lives and their families and everything about them, and learn things about them that we didn't know before, even from their life histories. So it's given us that time, which has been a real bonus. So it's a busy, full-on day, but it's good fun, yeah, every day. What I love most about my job is, I think really it's making a difference in people's lives and just enhancing their day-to-day life. And sometimes we do say as a team, you know, if we weren't here, what would they be doing? And how, you know, obviously carers are doing the care and they're so busy doing that, but the time to spend with them and do things actually with them and make them feel special, and give them those things that they want to do, and that time to talk, that's us, you know, and that's a real privilege to do that. And I think that's where we do feel, you know, really honoured to be part of their lives, and very proud of what we do.